Hi everyone, this is Samriddhi, and today I'm going to review Normal People. And I am reviewing this book because I have seen so many things on internet where people have been saying that Normal People is something which is not to their liking, or they have certain issues with it. And I felt like I should also put my opinion out there so that maybe it will help people to decide if they want to pick up this book or not. And I just want to start with this that spoiler alert, this is going to be a good review of it because this was my favorite book last year. And now I'm going to just dive into the review. This was a very quick read because the number of pages for each chapter is quite short. So that was something that kept me going. It helped me pick up the pace, and so I was able to finish it very quickly. And the number of pages in this book is around 300. So this was a very quick read. I think you can just read it in one or two sittings. Certain things before picking up this book that you should keep in mind. There are certain trigger warnings that go along with this book. One is emotional abuse, next is physical abuse, there is abusive family, abusive relationship, suicide. And yeah, there is also a little bit of mature content in it. Not too much, but yeah, a little bit of 18 plus content. So that is what you should keep in mind before picking up this book. This is a story about two teenagers, Marianne and Connell, who live in Ireland, and they both have drastic, contrasting personalities. Marianne is a lonely girl who is trying to fight her insecurities. Connell is a guy who is very popular in school and he's raised by a single mother. And these two somehow end up getting involved sexually. And now these two not so normal people are trying to lead a normal life. Now, as far as I think you all would have understood, this is not exactly a fairy tale kind of story, and it is, in fact, a story about two toxic people. And I would say it that this book is more of a cautionary tale than anything, because this is actually telling you all the things that you should not be doing. So that's how I saw it, and I appreciated the story because of it. I think a lot of people got furious about it, that why is something so toxic being promoted or liked by so many people. And maybe it's just a difference in how you see things. A lot of you are already into the story, maybe in the form of series. You have been familiar with the story, or you have already read this book. But the story in nutshell is that there are two individuals. One is Marianne, the other one is Connell. Marianne is the girl who is lonely, who is mostly alone in the school, who belongs to a rich family. And Connell is the guy who's raised by a single mother and is very athletic, and he is also sort of famous in the school, famous amongst his peers. And the story kind of changes, like tables turn after a while in the second half of the book, and that's where a lot of things also happen between the two. The relationship, or the bond between these two, Marianne and Connell, goes on and off every now and then while they grow up, from the school duration to their college, and growing as an adult, living their life. They have faced so many things in life, and it's a bit of a story that is about two individuals who had certain insecurities or who had some lessons to learn, and they just did it together. Like, it's a journey of two individuals growing and growing out of themselves to be this adults. Now they are at the end of the book, which is what I really liked, how things ended. And that's where I kind of liked the way it was written, how Sally Rooney wrote it. If you are thinking that this is the book where two individuals, two lovers, who are going to grow up together, they're going to grow old together, have children, get married, no, then this is a big disappointment for you, because none of this is actually going to happen. And Marianne and Connell are actually those two individuals who have learned a lot in life, who have overcome their insecurities, who ended up as themselves, more of themselves, who started loving themselves for who they were. And this is actually a story about two not so normal people. So yeah, That's something that I found really unique, and that's why I liked the book. A lot of you had maybe expected some different thing from the book, and that is why you all were disappointed. And maybe while you see it from this light, it could be a little different for you. There is this one quote in the book that describes Marianne's character really well, so I'm going to read it for you to get you a better understanding of who this person is. So the quote goes like, Marianne had the sense that her real life was happening somewhere very far away, happening without her, and she didn't know if she would ever find out where it was or become part of it. So this is something that really sums up Marianne's personality. We are on quotes right now. Let me quote one more quote from the book, which is something that I really liked. It was culture as class performance, literature fetished for its ability to take educated people on false emotional journeys, so that they might afterwards feel superior to the uneducated people whose emotional journeys they like to read about. Marianne and Cornell are involved sexually with each other, and during their school time, they do go out, they see each other, but it is always hidden. Marianne is this lonely person, and Cornell is the famous kid in the school. But things start to shake a little bit when they go to university, they go their separate way, and now tables have turned. It's Marianne who is the cool kid, while Cornell is the one who is the lone wolf. This is where things start to go downhill for both of them, and they have their individual lives now, and everything is changed. So all this power dynamic is basically something that you can observe very nicely in this book. And I loved the writing style, I loved the flow of Sally Rooney. It was heartwarming for me because I generally like her writing style a lot. I have also read Beautiful World, Where Are You? And since then, I kind of liked her writing style, especially all those things about writing a letter, writing an email. It was all very exciting for the nerd inside me. So that's what happens, and their love affair goes on and off for a very long time. And basically, it's never considered as a relationship most of the time. It's just mostly a lot of you can say sexual involvement that two teenagers first of all start to explore, and then they grow out as an adult. Now they have whole different perspective on the world, and that's how they sail around their life and try to find out what they want and who they are. There are so many quotes that can help you decide if you really want to pick up this book and help you understand the book in a better way. When you go to the list of quotes for this book, it's right now I'm just reading it out from Goodreads. You can just go and check out few of the quotes from there, and it will give you a better understanding of what this book really is and if you really think this book is for you to read. Because the quotes pretty much sums a lot, and they kind of talk about how the characters are shaped and what are the situations they'll go through, what are the emotions that you are going to be reading about in the book. So that will be very helpful. Do let me know your opinion on Normal People and how you found out this review. Was it helpful for you to pick up this book, or was it helpful for you to see this book in a new light? Also, the next video that I am thinking of making is manga recommendation for newbies, because I have been reading a lot of manga lately. So do let me know if you want to know what a newbie should do when entering into the manga zone.